Video games kinda suck nowadays. I feel like ever since the early 2010s, video games have been on a slow downward spiral to mediocrity. So let's talk about the major problems and see how and why it's gotten so bad over the years.
Shut the fuck up! Know your fucking place, trash!
This goes for all the mobile gamers and game journalists who cry at the slightest difficulty challenge in a video game. Dark Souls, Crash Bandicoot, Cuphead, Elden Ring, Doom 2016. These names strike fear into the hearts of these piss babies who've never tried playing a real video game in their life. Stick to Candy Crush and gacha games.
Good thing there's more! Peanut Butter Crunch is the delicious part of this good breakfast!
Cyberpunk 2077 has been in the work for over a decade. Envisioned to be this really cool immersive cyberpunk dystopia GTA sandbox game with RPG elements, and player choices that would change and affect the story in different ways. And you still fucked it up. Never in my life have I seen something take such a long time to make yet have the worst development cycle ever. I would rather put my man-meat into a paper shredder than ever be a person who has to work on this game. Sure, the developers are trying to work on it and fix it and all, but hopping into a vehicle and automatically despawning everything around you count as fixing it? Yeah, I didn't think so either.
What? One more thing! There! Now it's art!
Remasters and remakes are not always remasters and remakes. The GTA Definitive Editions is one of the worst mistakes I've ever seen in my entire life. With visuals that an AI vomited out in just a few quick months and rushed out the door and sold at full price for $60. Filled with literal hundreds of game-breaking bugs and glitches, leaving the trilogy unplayable and taking over a year to fix at a somewhat playable state.
Alright, back to football video games. Madden 91, Madden 92, Madden 93, Madden 94, Madden 95, Madden 96, Madden 97, Madden 98, Madden 99, Madden 2000, Madden 2001, Madden 2002, Madden 2003. Who the fuck is John Madden anyway?
Of course, you should know what I'm talking about. Basically your yearly releases, like your sports games such as your FIFAs, your NBAs, your Maddens, but of course also I'm talking about the squeaker fest known as the Call of Duty franchise. Thankfully, I was never sucked into this sad excuse of a money printing machine. Buy our new game, it's exactly like the old game, but we changed a few things in this game. Listen, if you keep eating junk food like potato chips and soda, and you complain like you feel like shit, you can only blame yourself.
We've got to have money.
Now, not all DLC is bad. There are plenty of good ones out there, like the Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion DLC. I would happily buy that yet again, if I had the chance. But when you start adding season passes and horse armor into the mix, that's when I close up my wallet and take my business elsewhere. All video games have some sort of politics in them, and anyone who tries to tell you otherwise, like saying only good games don't have politics, is most likely a Funko Pop collecting Redditor that hasn't unplugged from the internet in years and hasn't felt the sweet embrace of grass. As long as the politics are in-game and help with the world building and lore, it's pretty good. Basically The Witcher and Deus Ex, for example. However, if you're shoving real-world politics into video games, fuck you and your agenda. Politics and religion are the reason why humanity hasn't evolved any further than it already has. Graphics never mattered. Quit pretending they do. The entire point of video games is to escape from reality, not to remind me that I have to pay my goddamn taxes next week. Sure, a game can have the most realistic, detailed graphics ever, but if the gameplay is shit, the experience is shit. The art style and charm of video games like The Last of Us is pretty much ruined with the PS5 remaster, and no Naughty Dog shill can tell me it's worth $70. Speaking of which... We all know video games have jumped up to $70 in recent times, even though they never deserved to even be $60 in the first place. Not to mention the whole PS5 debacle. A console that is already hard enough to find in the first place has jumped up in price globally outside of the US. It should be going down in price since it's been out for 2 years at this point. Sony truly has become a shell of its former self. God.
Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
I don't want to end the video on such a sour note, so instead I'm going to recommend you some games that you should try out. Cult of the Lamb, a Binding of Isaac-inspired game about building a cult of cute animals and killing false gods to grow stronger. Pikmin 2. Go watch my video about it. Shameless plug is a shameless plug, I know. And of course, Hotline Miami 1 and 2. A fantastic duology top-down shooter about 80s Miami. And it also has the best music ever, which you've been listening to this entire video. Anyways, remember to like the video and subscribe. I'm Munchies, and thank you for watching.